Hello everyone, this is Raja here, and in today's video we are going to discuss about Ansible. Ansible is one of the most popular automation tool in the world right now, and it is very widely used for infrastructure automation. So if you are thinking about deployment automation or patching automation or pushing one file to a number of hosts or pushing a software in a number of workstation, so Ansible can be your choice. Ansible makes it very simple to do these kind of operational task very easily. So if you are very new to Ansible, just look at this video and I can guarantee you that you will learn something new from this video. We are also going to play with Docker in this video. So if you are new to Docker also, you will learn something new in this video. So without wasting much time, let's see what we are going to do in this video. So a basic Ansible setup is something like that. It contains a Ansible master, and it consists of a range of Ansible targets. So Ansible master is the one which contains all the config files, and whenever the Ansible master commands for a particular automation job to run, it connects to the target through SSH and does the work in those targets. So suppose we want to install one of the web servers in all the target hosts. So that will be written in Ansible playbook, and it will be staying here in the Ansible master, and whenever we will be running it on Ansible master, it will be the Ansible master will connect through SSH to different targets and will be installing those web servers in those target instances. So this is how the exact workflow is, and it is how the stuffs work in Ansible. So now let's get to the technicals. I have started one Ubuntu instance, and in this Ubuntu instance, I am already installed Docker into it. So if you want to know how to install Docker on Ubuntu instance, I already have a video for that. I will put the link of that video in the description of this video, and you can go and check it. And after installing Docker, I will spin up three instances, three Docker containers. One of the containers will be my Ansible master, and the other two containers will be my Ansible target. So what I will be doing in the Ansible master, I will be putting a playbook in which I will be writing the code to install Nginx server in the target host, and I will be configuring all the SSH connection from this Ansible master to the target instance, and it will connect to those target instance. It will install Nginx, and it will bring up the Nginx on those systems. So let's see how to do that. So first let start three instances of our Ansible. Let's name one as target 1 and the other as target 2. Let's do a docker ps. Yes. So if you're wondering what this command was all about, so this is the command to run a Docker container, and ITD is like it will be like interactive, and it will be in detached mode. And I named the container as one is Ansible master, and the other two as target 1 and target 2, and they are spinned up from the image of Ubuntu and started as the bin bash. So the bin bash is basically running in those instances, and they are up and running. So let's go to the targets and the Ansible master. Let's go into the containers first and install the stuff that is needed in these containers. So first, let's go into the Ansible master. We need to install Ansible into it. So let's go into the container. So if you want to go into a container, this will be the command for that. You see, this is the container ID, and I am currently, previously I was in my Ubuntu instance that was hosted on EC2, and now I am under this container, which is my Ansible master. I hope you got it. And after I am here, I would like to install Ansible here. So for installing Ansible, it needs Python. And I will also install some of the utilities which will be required by me to see the connectivity between these target instances and this Ansible master, the ping utility. Also, I need to set up the SSH. So I will be needing the SSH client in the Ansible master. So let's do that. Let's install everything. So first we will do apt update. So after this apt update is done, let's do apt install Python Ansible. We need Vim also to edit the files, and we will be needing ping utility, and we will also need OpenSSH client, and I think these are the one which we need to install, and let's go and install them. This will take some time to install, but very soon it will be installed. So let's wait for a few minutes. Yeah, so we are done. So after this is done, let's check the Ansible version. So if you see that these things are coming, then it is fine that the Ansible is successfully installed. You see the playbook stuffs are coming, so your Ansible is installed properly. Now let's go to the other systems, and let's get the stuffs installed there. Let's exit from here, and let's do a sudo docker ps again. Now let's go to target one. So you see, after giving this command, I came into this target one container, and in the target one container I will again do a apt update, and here I will install, I will need Vim here, I will need Python because Ansible need Python on both the client side and the server side, and then I'll need IP utils, ping, and I'll need OpenSSH server here. And this is because I will connect from the Ansible container to the target container. So I need to have a open SSH server running in the target container so that I can connect to the port 22 of that container. So I will need to have this installed. So let's go and install these. So this is only a one-time configuration. You won't be needing it again and again. This is just for the one-time Ansible installation and setup. And after you do that, any playbook that you write and keep it in your Ansible master, uh, and you run it, it will run all those tasks that are written in the master, and it will perform the task very fine in your target instances. So after this is done, we will do couple of modification to ensure that that the target like when we will be SSH doing SSH from Ansible master to target, then it is able to connect properly. So there will be two configuration changes that we will be doing. One will be we will be logging into we will be changing one of the parameter in SSHD file. So for that we will go into etc ssh, and then we will do a vim sshd underscore config file, and there is a area where it says login and it is prohibit password. So we will just make it yes. This will allow root login into this container. After this is done, we will just reset the password of the root to anything. It will be again required for one time, and after we are done with this one, we can easily connect to the server end. And after this is done, like let's restart the SSH service. So we have successfully restarted the SSH service. Let's check the status once. Yeah, it is up and running. So that is fine. And that's it for this container. Let's go to the different one. Let's do a docker ps again. So we went to target 1. Let's go to target 2 this time. Again the same command, apt update first, then apt install python vim iputils ping and open ssh server, and we want to install them. After this will be installed, we will be doing the same configuration changes that we did in target 1. It will take a few seconds, and now it is about to be done. It's done. Now let's go into sshd config, and again change the root login, and let's make it yes. So we made it yes, and now let's do the password thing. I changed the password of the root, and now let's restart the SSH service. Okay, just check the status once, and it is okay. So we can exit from here also, and now let's um, log into our Ansible master instance. Before we log into our Ansible master instance, let's check the IP of all these containers. So for that, we need to write a command in my main host, docker host terminal, and that will be sudo docker um, inspect, and then you will give the name of the container target one, and here you see that target one's IP is 172.17.03, and the same you will do for target 2, and it is 172.17.0.4. So now as I know the IPs of these two targets, I will go into my master. This was the command. So as soon as I went into the master, now I need to go to the host file. If you go to etc ansible, there will be one hosts file that will actually contain the list of all the hosts in which you want to run your configurations. So here I will like um, put in my configurations 172.17.0.3, sorry, so 3, and 172.17.0.4. These are my two hosts. I let's one check pinging it. 2.17.0.3. It is pinging fine. And let's check the 4 one. This one is also pinging fine. So now what we did, we basically, if we go back to the diagram, what I showed you, here there is one host file which I haven't mentioned here. In this configs, you can say there is this host file. In this host file, I have given the target host. So this target host is set up. These targets are set up. Now we need to just do the SSH connection, and we can run our code through that. So let's do the SSH connection. To do SSH connection, we need to like generate our SSH keys. ssh-keygen is the uh, command, and like you can do anything. You don't need to have anything here. So this is specifically I haven't given any passphrase here, but if you are doing it a production environment, you can like put in your passphrase to ensure this is a more complicated one. So after you do this, let's copy this IDs to the target machines. So this is the command like ssh copy ID and then root at 172.17.03. So this is why we change the password of the root in this target hosts and both the target hosts, so that we can copy the ID file. We can copy the key to this target systems. So after we hit yes, it will ask for yes, and then we are and here it asks for the password which we set it. So I entered the password and it is done. So the number of keys added is 1. So you see the keys are added. Now if I do a SSH root at this IP and sorry, then you see my prompt just changed. Previously I was in this uh, container. Now I am in this container. So I was able to SSH into my target one container. So my SSH connection for the target one container is established successfully. So SSH connection is also established for target one container. So let's do the same thing for target 2 container also. So just need to change this to, oh no, this one. Yeah, just need to change this to 4. Yes, and give the password of this the other host, and this is also done. Let's revalidate it. Yes, we are able to SSH into the target 2 container also. So we are all done with the setup. Now what we need to do is to create our playbook and run it. So for that, let's go to the home directory, and I have prepared one playbook to install Nginx. And let me copy this playbook here, and let me write a vim install underscore nginx .yml, and I will put in my code here. So it's basically a YAML file which is saying that in all the hosts I will be running the below task, and the task is uh, consist of a two part. One is the name of the task, the ensure Nginx is at the latest version. So I will be just installing Nginx. So I will be using apt to install the Nginx. In apt I will be putting the name of the server which I will be installing. So it is apt name is Nginx and state is latest. And then the next task will be start Nginx. So I will be using service module, and in service I will be using what service I am going to start and what is the end state I want it to be started. So after I put this in my Ansible playbook, I will run it as Ansible hyphen playbook book space my YML file. So before I do that, let me open two terminals quickly, and let me go in one of the target and do a top here, so that I can see what are the process currently running in this target instance. Similarly, I will do another duplicate uh, terminal, and I'll do a sudo docker ps, and I'll again log into one other terminal. So target to one, and I'll do a top here also. So you can see in this terminal and also in this terminal, there you can see the containers, they are different, and there is no Nginx is running. But now when I'm going to run this YML playbook, let me run this. So here it start running. It's checked what are my hosts, and it will be running my command like my playbook in on both the hosts. So you can have 20, 30, 1000, 2000 hosts there, and all of your host will get Nginx installed. So this is where it is better. Like, you just need to ensure that it is SSH setup. So it's not about only Nginx. When you will be doing any other installation also, like suppose you want to, after you install Nginx, you want to install something else, you can do the same thing also. So you see, this my playbook started running. It gathered fact that these are my two hosts. Then it started running the task. There were two tasks. One task was ensure Nginx in the latest version, so it installed Nginx, and other is to start Nginx, so it started Nginx. So after this is done, let me go to the terminal and check if Nginx is there, and you can see yes, the Nginx services are there and they are up and running. And in both the containers, yes, this container also, you can see 13f is the container, and 50, both the containers we have Nginx up and running. So guys, this was a short demo, like how you can work with Ansible, and this is just a small playbook for uh, installing Nginx. But you can do lot of tasks with this. You can install a complete stack. You can install Nginx, and you can install MySQL, and you can create databases, connect database, and all your stuffs will be done. Like, you can do deployments, you can copy files from your one test environment to the other test environment, maybe your test environment to the production environment, maybe from your repositories to your production or the test environment, and you can do a lot of automation in this area. But this was just a demo, and I wanted to show you that how you can do that in different host. I don't have lot of hosts, but for that I used Docker, and I made two target containers, and I tried to do this container to container automation. And that's all for this video. Let me know your views about this video. uh, if you like it, give us a thumbs up, and if you like my videos, please subscribe to my channel. I would keep on bringing videos like that, which will through which you will learn something. We will again meet till the next time again. Bye bye, and have a nice day.